This illegal alien who identifies as a transgender woman was tricked into deportation. Some don't like this. I say good riddance, and you will as well when you hear all the details. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about an illegal alien from El Salvador living in California who was quote unquote tricked into deportation. Now, this person identifies as a transgender woman. What does that mean, ABL? Great question. Glad you asked. This is a man, a biological XY man, a male. And this person is very dangerous for two reasons. The first reason is this is, again, a biological male who was living in a women's shelter. What could go wrong with that? A lot of these women are trying to escape men who are dangerous in their lives, and you're going to put a dangerous man right in the shelter. Why is this guy dangerous? I'll tell you that in just 1 minute. But first, let's get to the news clip. Of course, I will link to this clip, any sources, articles, or whatever in the box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Based on the information we have received, it does appear that some California state officials are collaborating with federal immigration authorities.
I just needed to sign that I check and that's it.
It seemed like a simple request by a California parole agent in Montebello.
I just needed to sign that I've been here and I go and that's it.
But it turned out to be a ploy designed to lure Natalie Marinero out of her home and into the custody of ICE agents.
Hey, before we continue, I want to say good job to the parole officer. Good job to ICE out there in California, a sanctuary state where they say you can't do stuff like this or they discourage it. Shout out to you guys for doing the 100% correct thing.
You know, it's hard to find the words to say how the government called here and tricked Natalie and lured her outside.
You know what? Try not being here illegally. How about that? Try not being here illegally. Try going back to your country of origin. I mean, if you could just not be here illegally, then this wouldn't even be a problem now, would it? Let me go to El Salvador and call myself being an illegal alien and see how fast they put me in one of them slave camps they got, the super prisons or whatever. I'll be in there sewing baseball caps and making license plates immediately.
Had ICE waiting for her.
It happened on Sunday, January 26th, shortly after 10 in the morning. Natalie, a transgender woman from El Salvador, was living at a New Way of Life, a facility for formerly incarcerated women.
Incarcerated? What was the charge? What was the conviction? What was the crime? What did you do, Mr. Lady?
Susan Burton is the founder.
For parole to call her and say, come outside and sign.
So is that the founder? Okay, now I understand why this person is trying to defend the illegal alien, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're cutting into the bottom line. Look, we got to get all this grant money, all this U.S. aid money in here for these illegal alien criminals, okay? We got to protect them. If we can't protect them, then I'm not able to be who I am, okay? Vanity, a picture of yourself in the book right behind you, vanity.
Sign papers and then have ICE waiting for her. Just my heart aches.
In 2005, Natalie was convicted of second-degree murder.
Whoa. Can we hear that one more time? Because maybe I'm hearing things. Maybe I'm not processing something from what this person just said. Maybe I'm hearing it wrong. Let's back up a little bit, shall we?
Thanks.
In 2005, Natalie was convicted of second-degree murder.
Murder? So we have a murderer, a convicted murderer in a women's facility. So let me get this straight. You're crying because an illegal alien murderer from El Salvador was deported. You're mad that the illegal alien murderer was deported and taken away from a women's facility when they are a biological male, an XY male, a man. You can't make this stuff up. I promise you can't.
And was sent to California State Prison.
Natalie got caught in a bad situation where she was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
I'm sorry for the pause in. Y'all please forgive me. But how many of these liberals are going to go on television talking about, oh, Trump's a convicted felon. How could you vote for him? He should be in prison. They want to condemn him for being a quote unquote convicted felon. If you ask them what the crime he was convicted of is, they're not going to have a clue. In this case, we know what it is. You deleted somebody. You took their life. You were convicted and you went to prison. Trump is not gone to prison, jail, nothing like that. This guy has been to prison for killing somebody, and you want to defend him?
And for that, she paid 17 and a half years. She paid her debt to society. And now she was trying to start anew.
Natalie paid her debt.
Yeah.
Natalie's been making great choices, really working on herself, internally, externally, like the whole package.
Susan Hefner is the housing supervisor. Both women say Natalie is a diligent worker who built a community garden at a new way of life. They describe her as a compassionate person.
We love her. We're family.
Natalie, who is seeking asylum, called on the phone from a detention facility in Otay Mesa. After you were detained, what did they tell you?
They told me that I was getting deported, and I said, why are you going to deport me? You can deport me. I'm going to get tortured in my country.
I am so saddened by ICE coming and taking Natalie away. It's just horrifying to think of what will happen to her if they return her to El Salvador.
Susan Burden says she's called the California Parole Office, and she says her calls have been ignored. She's also notified state legislators. They told her they're outraged and they will investigate.
Ain't that gonna happen? Look, the person is about to be on the first thing smoking back to El Salvador. Listen, this is what I said what happened. People are talking about, oh, they're going to go raid elementary schools. Elementary schools? You think they're going to try to round up Dora the Explorer and people like this? No. We're talking about criminal aliens, like people that want to rob people, people that want to assault people, and maybe, just maybe, somebody that took somebody's life and went to the penitentiary for it, who is here illegally. Okay, yeah, you can go back. It ain't like, oh, okay, well, you went to prison for 17 years for killing somebody, and when you come home, you get rewarded with being a citizen. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. Maybe if you go to the military and you serve the country honorably, and you don't commit crimes like taking somebody's life and gang member activities, maybe at that point you could be given citizenship, or you could be given consideration for it. Okay, maybe they could cut your costs down to become a citizen, but to take somebody's life and then try to get sympathy from the general public, I don't think that's how that works. If this was just like a regular lady, what they say, the fruit pickers and bed makers, and you raid a hotel and take all the staff out of there, that'd be something different. The community is going to be outraged about that. But a convicted murderer, I don't think it's going to be a lot of outrage from people that have a brain in their head. But as I close, I want to say this. Good riddance to the criminal aliens. This is what we voted for, okay? This is what we voted for. You're here illegally. You've not gotten your stuff together. You got to go. The criminal aliens especially. People talking about, oh, who's going to pick the fruit and make the beds? Listen, those people, they've been here. They're not going nowhere. That's not even really your thing. There's programs to bring them over here. Some of them are on H-1B visas. They're not going nowhere. We're talking about those who are over here, who are criminals, who are committing crime, who are gang members. That is going to be our target. And for California to do this, a sanctuary place where they're super, super soft on everybody, especially the illegal aliens and the criminals, for them to do this makes me think that this was a dangerous man who needed to go immediately. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about this man, biological man, who now identifies as a woman? What's your opinion about this person being deported back to El Salvador? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. How you feel about the trickery they did? The PO coming out, hey, sign this paper, that's it. Sign that, that's it. How you feel about that turning into, all right, here comes ICE, throw you in the back of the van, send you back to your country of origin. I thought it was brilliant. We need to do more things like that. It wasn't a violent scene. They have to go in there guns blazing. It was just, hey, come on outside, put your hands behind your back, and let go. I think that was brilliant, but whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I want to see a lot more. Look, I like it. I love it. I want more of it. Shout out Tim McGraw. Shout out country music. That is my soundtrack. Whenever they play a video of somebody getting deported, that's the sound I want to hear in the background. I want to hear that as theme music. Play that in the ICE vehicles. Play that in your SUVs, your trucks, and all that right on the border. That's what I want to hear personally, because this is the way forward. The criminal element in this country has become emboldened by the previous administration, and if they become more emboldened, we're going to just see more crime, more violence as a result. Not just against those who are people like me. I'm talking about recent migrants, legal migrants, and even illegal aliens. They'll be the ones victimized. They'll be the ones who are going to be grateful when the criminal aliens are removed. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.